Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's U.S. End-of-Week Deep Dive, covering market moves in indexes, sectors, stocks, and global markets for the week ending Friday, April 4th, 2025. Kicking things off, I'm Max Profit. Key indexes experienced significant declines this week. The Nasdaq Composite Index led losses, dropping 10% to 15,587.79. The Russell 2000 Index and the S&P 400 Mid-Cap Index both hit new one-year lows, showing very strong downward volatility. Market breadth was overwhelmingly negative. In the S&P 500 Index, only 61 stocks advanced while 436 declined. The Dow 30 Index showed extreme weakness with just 2 advancers versus 28 decliners. Weekly returns were deeply negative across all indexes. The Nasdaq Composite posted the largest decline at minus 10%, while year-to-date losses reached minus 19.3%. The Russell 2000 followed with a minus 9.7% weekly return. Looking at 10-year performance, the Nasdaq Composite leads with a 12.3% average annual return. The Russell 2000 and S&P 400 Mid-Cap show the weakest long-term performance with 3.8% and 5.7% annual returns respectively.
Checking out best and worst performing equities, I'm Penny Stock. iCoreConnect leads with an extraordinary 1,822% surge to 5.71. American Rebel soared 1,047% to 19.50, breaking out after 3 days of consolidation. Bioaffinity Technologies jumped 161% to 0.68. Weekly returns show remarkable performance. iCoreConnect posted a 1,822% weekly return with 170% average daily gains. American Rebel achieved 1,047% weekly return, averaging 137% daily. Bioaffinity recorded 161% weekly gains. Looking at longer-term performance, these stocks show significant volatility. Celanese Therapeutics has declined 46% annually over 10 years. Most others lack sufficient history for meaningful long-term return analysis. Among large caps, Lamb Weston topped gainers, rising 9.2% to 59. Dollar General climbed 7.5% amid strong volatility. Molina Healthcare gained 7.3%, marking its third consecutive weekly advance. Weekly returns among large caps were more modest. Lamb Weston led with 9.2% weekly gains, averaging 1.9% daily. Dollar General and Molina Healthcare both averaged about 1.5% daily returns. In long-term performance, Molina Healthcare stands out with 178% average annual returns over 10 years. TJX Companies has delivered 134% annual gains over the same period. On the downside, Jayud Global Logistics plunged 95% to 0.36. Golden Heaven Group dropped 91% to 0.42. Aldera Therapeutics fell 72% to 1.89, all hitting new all-time lows. Weekly declines were severe. Jayud Global Logistics averaged daily losses of 15.5%. Golden Heaven Group fell 22.5% daily. Open Lending extended its losing streak to 8 weeks. Leading the declines, Jayud Global Logistics plummeted 95% to 0.36, despite hitting an all-time high earlier this week. Golden Heaven Group dropped 91.1% to 0.42, while Aldera Therapeutics fell 71.6% to 1.89, both recording new all-time lows. Among large caps, Celanese led losses, falling 28.3% to 40.99, hitting its lowest level since 2013. APA and Micron Technology both showed significant weakness, dropping 27.4% and 26.8% respectively, with strong downward trends. Daily returns highlight the severity of the declines. Celanese averaged daily losses of 6.2% this week, while APA saw daily declines of 5.9%. Micron Technology has closed lower for 3 consecutive weeks, with mounting losses. Annual returns paint a bleak picture, with Celanese down 74.9% over the past year. Microchip Technology has fallen 58% annually, while APA shows a 57.2% yearly decline. 10-year returns remain negative for most stocks in this group.
And now onto U.S. sector performance, where significant weakness was evident across multiple sectors. Consumer cyclical led the decline, falling 7.9%. Healthcare recorded a new one-year low, dropping 6.4%. Utilities showed strong downward volatility, declining for 3 consecutive weeks. Market breadth data reveals severe weakness. Real estate showed overwhelming selling pressure, with 213 declining stocks versus just 16 advances. Healthcare saw similar pressure with 910 declines against 154 advances. Consumer cyclical's breadth was notably negative, with 424 declines versus 63 advances. Weekly returns highlight the broad market weakness. Consumer cyclical posted the largest decline at -8%, followed by healthcare at -6.5%. Real estate and utilities also saw significant losses at -6.1% and -4.4% respectively. Looking at longer-term performance, consumer cyclical leads with a 10-year annual return of 9.2%. Healthcare follows with 6.6%. Real estate shows the weakest long-term performance with a 2.3% annual return over the same period.
Consumer defensive stocks showed mixed performance this week. Lamb Weston led gains, jumping 9.2% to 59, while Dollar General followed with a 7.5% increase to 92.62. Both stocks, along with Hormel Foods, have closed higher for 3 consecutive weeks. Looking at returns, Lamb Weston posted the strongest weekly gain at 9.2% and month-to-date return of 10.7%. Dollar General shows the best year-to-date performance with a 22.2% return, while other stocks in the group have struggled to maintain positive returns for the year. Long-term performance reveals challenges in the sector. All stocks show negative one-year returns, with Dollar General experiencing the steepest decline at -41.8%. Over 10 years, returns have been modest, with Molson Coors showing the largest decline at -18.9%.
Sectors faced significant declines this week. The energy sector led losses, plummeting 14% to 608.32, hitting a new one-year low. Technology and financial services both showed strong negative trends, falling 11.4% and 10.2% respectively. Industrials and communication services also recorded notable declines. Market breadth was deeply negative across these sectors. Energy showed extreme weakness, with only 5 advances versus 142 declines. Technology saw just 77 advances against 605 declines, while financial services recorded 60 advances versus 550 declines. Similar bearish patterns were evident in industrials and communication services. Weekly returns were notably negative. Energy posted the largest decline at -14.1%, followed by technology at -11.4%. Financial services fell 10.3%, while industrials and communication services dropped 9.4% and 8.4% respectively. Looking at 10-year performance, technology stands out with a 178% annual rate of return, despite recent weakness. Financial services and industrials showed modest gains around 77–85% annually. Energy lags significantly with just a 6.9% annual return over the decade.
Energy stocks experienced significant losses this week. APA led the decline, dropping 27.4% to 15.18, recording a new yearly low. Diamondback Energy fell 21.6% to 123.37, while Valero Energy, Halliburton, and Devon Energy all dropped around 20%, each hitting new yearly lows. The short-term performance metrics show substantial weekly declines across the energy sector. APA posted the largest weekly loss at minus 27.4%, with a concerning daily average decline of minus 5.9%. Month-to-date losses are similarly severe, with most stocks averaging daily declines exceeding minus 5%. Long-term returns reveal a challenging decade for energy stocks. APA shows a 75% decline over 10 years, while Halliburton and Devon Energy both lost over 50%. Only Valero Energy and Diamondback Energy managed positive 10-year returns.
Thanks for watching. I'm Max Profit, along with my AI co-host Penny Stock. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports written, narrated, and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check into the channel daily for coverage of stocks, crypto, currency, and commodities. Thanks for watching.